I'm just going to go ahead and start with Nas. So it's for everybody who knows, just recently we hit new all-time highs on Nas. Um, I'm looking for pullbacks really. I'm not really looking to get my feet wet here because this is how unpredictable it is at new all-time highs. You don't know when it's going to pull back. You don't know if it's going to keep spanning upward. So we come to this monthly monthly chart. As I said, this is all from this month here. Come down to the weekly, we can see that price has created a weekly fair value gap in this area here. We don't know how long it's going to take. It could be days, could be weeks, but once price does reach this area, it's looking to expand upwards. It's because of all the bullish momentum it's had up until this area. So ran these lows, running liquidity, breaking structure, bullish, in the gap. So from this area, looking to go bullish. Come down to the daily, not too much to see here. You come down to that 4 hour, you see a small 4 hour pivot you got here. I'm looking to enter either here or price comes down, tap this 2 hour here. As I said, from this area here, we don't have much to play, so chasing price will be irrelevant because if I got in here, price could stop me out, fan up, and I don't want that. So I'm just gonna set my hands on that and wait for price to show me what it wants to do. If we come to GJ is in a area of uncertainty. So even though it is closing above all of this bearish pressure here, you can see it's a lot of choppiness, a lot of consolidation. But right when market closed on Friday, we got this expansion here. So looking good for buys, but same story as Nas. I'm gonna sell my hands for this one. Yeah, running liquidity from these highs here. So I am looking to either enter or watch the price does when it hits this 2 hour fair value gap here. Because this is the area where price closed on Friday, this Friday, the 24th, yeah. So I'm looking for price to either come down to this higher time frame here, expand upwards above these highs here, or run through this 2 hour thing here, target highs, excuse me, target the lows. So here or here. Either way, I don't want to do anything until price reaches that area here. So I'm setting my hands on DJ as well. But if you come to gold and silver, so we already are sitting inside of a major higher time frame here. I think this is a weekly, yeah. We're sitting in this weekly fair value gap here. And usually I wouldn't be concerned about it, but see, as you can see here, yeah, price came up to this level, broke down. This is a lot of uncertainty we had with Iran. This is what all of this is. And the ceasefire. I'm pretty sure that's what was that? No, that was beginning of it last month in March. This is from the ceasefire. Pretty sure. Yeah. So we sit inside this weekly fair value gap. So looking for price to be bearish, but that doesn't mean it couldn't go bullish because we look here where price closed last week. Right here, price closed here. But if you look to the left here, you can see that we are in a 4 hour fair value gap, inverse fair value gap. Even though this is in a higher time frame bearish area, we are seeing some bullish momentum. But once again, I'm going to sit on my hands because even though we did break above this fair value gap that's bearish, we still have this 4 hour fair value gap that's above price. So honestly, I'm not looking to touch price unless it comes down to this order block here, expands upward, or if we can get a break above this 4 hour fair value gap, a retest to 50%, and then an expansion upwards. But really, I'm looking for it to get out of this range here, this weekly range, because you see all of this, all of this, all of this happens inside the week. So not really too excited about gold. Now we come down to silver. Silver price actually looking a lot better than what gold is looking. So here we have a daily CRT, but you come down to that 15, which is the time frame that aligns with the daily CRT, you can see that we do not have a model one. Price does run liquidity here, but price does not break this low, or does not close above this low. And instead, it made a double bottom here, equal low. So I'm looking for price to forget all of this. I'm looking for price. I'm here, grab those lows, expand up. The lows I'm referring to, this one here, be a major one. Got some lows here, and then that order block. But you never know. Price could hit this 2 hour right here. Price could say, forget what I'm talking about, hit this 2 hour and expand up. But either way, I'm looking for the play to come from this 2 hour fair value gap, because either way it goes, same as I think it was DJ we're looking at. Price hits this 2 hour fair value gap, it can expand upwards. But if it closes below this 2 hour, retest 50%, then I'm looking for it to come grab these lows here. That would be the play. Come back down to oil. Oil is doing a lot of consolidation. Oil is being very choppy, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I'm not really too concerned about oil, sitting on my hands for oil. We did come back into just what, last week? Okay. No, that was today. Did come back and tap 50% of this daily, expands down, came to grab these lows here. So it may be possible bullish continuation, because we have that runner stops here. Is that high right here? This is the high. Don't believe me, go to the line chart. That's the high there. Boom. Runner stops, break the structure. So the play could be coming from this 4 hour fair value gap here. Runner stops, break the structure. They could be coming from here. Okay. See here, we have an inverted fair value gap. Price is tapping 50% there. Price tapping 50% there. Oh, I'm sorry. So, no, I was wrong. Price tap 50% here last week, not today. I was reading that. Let me see. I was reading that wrong. Today is 26th. As I was saying, price came from there. Price is now sitting here. There's inverse fair value gap. We've got to close below it. We're looking for the retest. The retest is here. So the next area I'm looking for to tap that 4 hour here. But either way, sitting on my hand to I see what it wants to do from that gap. Look for the play to come from here in this 4 hour fair value gap. This bullet. See, it's gonna do that. Something like this, tap here, fan upwards. We're gonna get a break. Retest. Target need low. We're gonna see what happens with Trump right now. Bitcoin. Let's skip Bitcoin. I ain't really too. We got all of them say for Bitcoin. We see here on the 4 hour, we got inducement of this 50% of that 4 hour fair value gap. We got inducement here, here, and here. So I'm looking for price to come down, run all these lows from these early buyers, come grab 50% and expand upward. Not looking at it until that alert goes off that I got set there. Last, we got US 30. US 30, we got above below price. That's big one. That's not a CRT. CRT is above here. So we have a weekly fair value gap. Change this. There's a weekly fair value gap below price. Price price created a weekly CRT last week. So I'm looking for price to it ran last week. The previous week's look high. Sorry. Ran the previous week's high. So looking for price to tap here, expand upward. But once again, I'm sitting on hand until price reaches that key area. So beginning of the week around Monday, Tuesday, looks like more of a waiting patience day, looking for expansion and the moves happening Wednesday, late Thursday, Friday. Other than that, over the fair, it's analysis for the week.